Howdy everybody. So market's down today, and a lot of my glorious Seeking Alpha picks is down $1,400. This happens. It's volatility. That's why I say Seeking Alpha picks is great, but it has more risk and there's more volatility. And you got to get comfortable with that if you're going to do that. I'm not saying, you should or should not do Seeking Alpha. I'm just saying it's an opportunity. If you are comfortable with that investing strategy, that might be something you want to pursue. Now, I will say that I do stuff in addition to Seeking Alpha and Alpha Picks. So I may get an AI stock recommendation from Seeking Alpha. It's an AI stock and it could go up 300%, which is fantastic. But that's by no means, but that's not the only thing I invest in. I still invest in Professor G's 3-fund portfolio, which is a much safer investment. So my philosophy towards investing is you want a foundation or a baseline of a 3-fund portfolio like Professor G recommends. And I'll find a link. I'll put it in the comment section when we're done. He has one that's a 3-fund portfolio by age. So that's really interesting. We'll do that one. But I may have, for example, $20,000 invested in the S&P 500 index fund. And that only grows on average about 10% per year. That's it, 10%. And you're like, why don't you put it all in the AI stocks that grow 300%? You know how much money you would make? Yeah, potentially. That's a lot of risk. So you could. I mean, it's very risky. That's why I don't do it. I have 20,000 S&P 500, another 20,000 in a growth fund like QQQM, and another 20,000 or so in a high yield dividend ETF like Vanguard VYM. And this diversifies my portfolio. It lowers the risk of the portfolio. These 3-fund portfolio recommendations from Professor G are low risk. They're low growth and they're low risk. So keep that in mind when you're going to invest in Seeking Alpha and do the Alpha Picks. That should not be your only investment strategy. That should be the part that you're willing to take on higher risk. But I recommend you diversify your portfolio, build a foundation, and then add in some Alpha Picks. If that interests you. It depends on your risk tolerance. Some guys are nearing retirement, so if they can get 4% or 5%, that's good enough. But other guys are relatively young and they have a longer runway. They can take on more risk. So different ages, different risk tolerance. What you're comfortable with. The idea here is you got to manage the risk, and that requires some work and some effort on your part. Because the temptation is going to be to chase the AI stocks, and that's fine as long as everything goes good. But as soon as there's a problem, those are the first stocks to drop the most. So you could have $10,000 in an AI stock and something happens globally overnight and the market will drop. The value of that stock will drop, and you'll be stressing out that you know, your $10,000 is now only valued at $6,000. You're like, well, that did not work out, you know, too well. That's why you need diversification. You have to diversify that portfolio. You can't put all into alpha picks. That's my word of caution. You know, so if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. You know, so you want to, ideally what you want to do is you want to spice up your portfolio with some alpha picks. But alpha picks should not be your main course. You know, your meat and potatoes is going to be that 3-fund portfolio like Professor G recommends. You know, my alpha picks could go down. You know, I don't sell. I just hold it on. They always come back. You know, I typically don't sell. Occasionally I might sell, but I typically don't sell until they tell me to sell. That's what's great about alpha picks. They tell you when to buy, when to hold, and when to sell. You know, so I typically don't sell. I won't say not always, but generally speaking, I don't sell. But I'm not going to be foolhardy and put all my money into alpha picks. See, alpha, you know, the picks are individual stocks, and it could be a great stock. It could be Microsoft, for example. You know, we'll just use Microsoft as an example. Great, it's a great company, great stock. But any stock has risk that's higher than, let's say, an index fund, which includes 500 stocks, or an ETF, which has 100 stocks. You know, we throw around these terms like ETF and index funds, and other ones, mutual funds. Briefly, the index fund matches the performance of Standard & Poor's top 500 U.S. companies. So that's the S&P 500. So Vanguard, that's VOO, V-O-O, and for Schwab, I think it's SCHWPX, something like that. A mutual fund existed before ETFs, and they have higher fees. So most people don't buy mutual funds anymore. They go to the ETF. ETF, same thing without the fees, without the high fees. They may have a little fee. So the ETFs were like QQQM, VUG. You know, those are ETFs. But the individual stocks are more risky because they're individual versus an index fund or an ETF. So when you buy an index fund like the S&P 500, it's built-in diversity. It already is diverse. You know, it's 500 companies. That's a lot of diversity. When you buy an ETF, it's already diverse. You know, that's a diversified investment, you know, instrument. It already has like 100 companies in it. Some ETFs can specialize in like AI, or they can specialize in energy stocks, or they can specialize in healthcare, you know, where they may have 100 companies, but they're all 100 companies of healthcare, or 100 energy companies, or 100 AI companies. You know, they may have a industry focus that they're built around. But keep in mind that when you're investing, it's a lot of money. You know, I mean, you got to take this somewhat seriously. You can't just be slinging around $1,000 here, $1,000 there, and not give a thought to it. It's a lot of money. It adds up. You know, so if you're going to do alpha picks at the recommended level, which you don't have to, but you know, that's what they recommend, $1,000 per pick, and come out with 2 picks per month. That's $24,000 per year. You don't want to take that lightly. You know, you got to give that a lot of serious thought. It's a lot of money. you may want to do $500 a pick, kind of spread it out a little bit until you're comfortable putting in, $1,000 a pick. I just would say that keep in mind that the best financial advice you often hear is diversification. You want diversification in your portfolio. You can't buy just trucking companies as your portfolio, because we know trucking goes up and down. Well, that's true for every industry, not just trucking. So you want different types of stocks from different types of industries. If you have an AI stock, that's great. Now go get yourself, an oil stock. Completely different industry, but it adds diversification in your portfolio. That's what I like. Professor G's 3-fund portfolio is highly diversified. It's slow growth, but it builds the foundation of your portfolio so that your portfolio is not built simply on seeking alpha. I would never recommend only seeking alpha. That's like seeking alpha is like the sugar rush. It's the dessert. The main meal is the 3-fund portfolio. All the excitement is in the dessert. That's seeking alpha. But if you play that game, recognize that's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it goes up, but it also comes down. You got to be willing to ride the wave. I don't sell when it comes down. It's just part of the process. It will go back up. You just got to be patient. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. So watching. We'll see you on the internet.